Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a federal employee looking to retire, these are the three most important questions you need to answer and answer well before you should consider retiring. Let's dive in. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. So good to have you. My name is Dallin Haas. I'm a financial planner who serves federal employees, and I absolutely love it. So now let's dive in. The first question is always, are you eligible to retire? If you're not eligible for a retirement under the federal system, there's a ton of benefits you simply can't get. For example, you have to be eligible to get a pension. You have to be eligible to keep your health insurance. Some of the key retirement benefits you have to be eligible for. You can't work a week for the government and expect to be eligible for these things in retirement. You have to be eligible. So let's talk about the key eligibility requirements for what they call full normal retirement, okay? So at your MRA, which stands for your minimum retirement age. For most people, it's right around age 57. If you look up MRA chart, you can find exactly what yours is. For most people, it's right around age 57, okay? At that age, you have to have at least 30 years of service at that age to have a full-blown retirement. Now, if you're not going to have 30 years by that time, don't fret. You'll have other options at age 60. If you have at least 20 years of service, you're eligible at that time. At age 60, I wrote 62, said 60. At age 60 with 20 years. At age 62, if you have at least 5 years of service, you're eligible. So as you see, as your age goes up, the amount of service you need or the amount of years you need goes way down. So the older you get, the fewer years of service you need to be eligible. Now, keep in mind, if you hit your MRA and you got at least 10 years of service, you are eligible for a retirement. It's just not a full-blown retirement. This is called an MRA plus 10 retirement, or you can do what they call a postponed retirement, right? Postponed retirement for this. I've got whole videos on how this one works. Long story short, you can retire, but there are reductions. There are limitations here. These are full types of retirement. This is more limited. Now, if you try to retire before your MRA, the only type of retirement you can really do is a deferred retirement, okay? Deferred. That is very different from a postponed. Those are two different things. I've got whole videos on those. So check out my videos on deferred retirement. So definitely go check that. Again, deferred retirement only applies if you are trying to leave before your minimum retirement age. Now, if you're a special provisions federal employee, you can actually retire sooner. At age 50, you only need 20 years. Or if you have 25 years, you can retire at any age. So again, special provisions, that's firefighter, law enforcement, air traffic controller, you can retire sooner. Okay, these are the rules for a full-blown retirement to be eligible to retire, to get a pension right away, and keep your health insurance. Okay, these are key. So once you're eligible, once you've hit the age requirement and the years of service requirement, to be eligible, you can keep the core benefits. That's great, but it's not everything. For example, if I said, hey, you're eligible to retire today, but if you retired, you'd only have $200 a month every month of income. You probably wouldn't want to retire, right? The next step is, can you afford to retire the way that you want to retire? Okay? And this is a harder question to answer. It's not just a matter of, seeing if you're eligible based on a few criteria. It is a little more in depth. You have to understand all your income sources. What is your pension? What are all the deductions that are going to come out of your pension? When are you going to start Social Security? Are you going to get the FERS supplement, right? That's an additional potential income source. What other income do you have? Do you have rental properties? Do you have a military retirement? VA disability? What else do you have? And what deductions are going to come out of those income sources? How healthy is your TSP? How much can your TSP provide for you in retirement? There's a lot more questions that you have to answer to know what income you're going to have in retirement. Fortunately, I've got videos on all those different topics, right? TSP, how much that can provide for you, pensions, all the deductions that come out of it. So go check out all those videos I've done on those. But long story short, that's the next question that, while if you're not a numbers person, may seem overwhelming, please believe me, you need to do it, okay? You need to do it. Because if you don't do it, you're going to be using a strategy I like to call cross your fingers and just pray, okay? And while I am religious, okay, I believe in praying, cross your fingers and just hoping is not a good strategy, okay? You want to know your numbers to know if you are actually able to afford the retirement that you want, okay? The last thing you want to do is retire and realize, oh man, this is not what I thought, and have to go back to work. okay, have to go back to work. You don't want that. You want to go out on your own terms, even if it means, hey, now that I know the numbers, I maybe need to work a little longer. At least you know. At least you are empowered with the knowledge. Whatever the knowledge means, at least you have it. Okay? So again, number 1, are you eligible? Number 2, can you afford to retire? And number 3, last but very much not least, very critically, what's your life plan? For the last decades, however long you've been working, 8+ hours of your day, every weekday, you've been at work. What's your plan after you retire? What's your plan? What are you going to fill your life with? And now I'm not talking about financial stuff here. What's your plan? Are you going to be traveling? Do you have hobbies? Do you have friends? How's your relationship? How's your health? How are all those things going? Right? Retirement is wonderful, but it doesn't fix everything. It's not a magic pill. What is your plan? Okay? What is your plan? And I wish I had a miracle solution here, right? I could talk you through the 10 steps to figure out what your life plan is, but I don't. No one does. You've got to figure out what your plan is. How do you want to spend your time? I see a lot of people retire. Okay, that's my profession. I'm a retirement planner, financial planner for feds. Okay, I see this over and over and over again. Those feds that are running towards something, they're excited about something, passionate about something. They have things that'll keep them busy and excited. Those feds tend to have an incredible retirement. And those feds that are simply just running away from work, right? They just are sick of work and that's it. They have nothing they're going towards. It's harder. It's harder. So figure out what you want. Hopefully this is helpful. If you are a federal employee and you want help with your retirement, planning for retirement, maybe crunching some of these numbers, making sure you're on track with everything going on, there are links below of tons of helpful things for feds just like you. So check those out. Otherwise, have an incredible rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.